was the 100th anniversary of Boy Scouts of America. And Obama did not show. The first president that did not show. Instead, he went to The View.
Did you say The View?
The View.
The TV show, The View.
Okay. I'm that hip. I know what The View is. Okay.
And what happened was this never really made national news, except for the fortunate few that videotaped the event. You can see some of it on YouTube, so I'm sharing this with you if you want to get even further outraged at what our president is doing. When you step on the Boy Scouts of America, that's like over the top. Over the top.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Three quick points on your tax question. The nice thing about Roberts and the Supreme Court calling it a tax is it only takes 51 votes now in the Senate to repeal it, which is important. Second point, Obamacare generally is a huge issue of federalism. You are going to get states, we're getting states pushing back saying, I'm not going to implement these insurance exchanges. They're too cumbersome. I'm not going to let you force me to expand my Medicaid rolls. Folks, we could be here till midnight, and I could just feed you the litany of every specific frightening thing about Obamacare. So here's just one. Illinois is broke, right? We've all been to that class. We know Illinois is broke. For a number of reasons. Chief among them are Medicaid expenses. I hope we all know that within 2 or 3 years, the Medicaid rolls in Illinois are going to double and then triple, and every other state. Now, what's that going to do to Illinois? That's just one feature. Final point. And again, I got to come back to this. I always try to be as respectful as I can. If a country does not learn from the past, we're doomed to you-know-what, to repeat it. As a country, we need to be really honest with ourselves. Come on! Why did we elect someone with so little experience? Why? And again, remember a lot of factors. Hold up. A lot of things. But we elected someone who was really a state senator. Because from the day he got elected to the U.S. Senate, he was running for president. And he was a fairly inconsequential state senator. So you got to ask yourself, why did we do it? And until we as a country really grapple with that, and just say to ourselves, maybe a nice guy, may have a nice smile, I may like the way he talks, but you know what? He just was never ready to be president. Final point. You had better, if you're a God-fearing man or woman, you had better say prayers for Mitt Romney. Because, I mean, I'm going to go through my own, you know what? Because Tammy Duckworth's got David Axelrod and Rahm Emanuel running her campaign, so they're going to throw everything and the kitchen sink at me. So I'm going to be like this for 3.5 months. But imagine what Romney's going to go through. Romney has to deal with a media that is still in love with Obama. Yeah. Look, when you're in my profession and you're a Republican and oops, you're a freedom-loving conservative Republican, you know the media is going to go after you every day. That's a given. It's always been that way. But something changed with Obama because the media didn't just say they were liberal, they fell in love with him. They are going to throw everything at Mitt Romney. The media's going to do everything they can do to protect this president. Say a prayer for Mitt Romney. It's going to be a real tough 4 months for him to go through, but he'll make it. Yes, sir. Right there in the middle, John. You're not John.
Joe?
Hold that close to you so I can hear you.
Joe,
thank you.
I love everything you say.
There's a but coming.
I've never been a fan because I think you have to use a little bit more panache in your statements.
Okay. Fair enough.
You know, like,
Feel free.
I'm a big fan of Peter Roskin. I mean, Peter Roskin must have the same values that you do, but he doesn't get in trouble like you do.
Well, I got to agree. No, I got to agree with you on that.
Okay, so to make it easier to re-elect you, please, please,
Keep my mouth quiet?
tell be a little bit more selective and careful what you say.
Thank you. Thank you. Here's my only answer. I was going to do something funny like say, how dare you say that? Here's my answer. In my head and my heart, you know where I am.
Yes, sir. I understand.
Second point. And I grew up just loving politics. I loved to watch politics. And every time a politician would come on TV, they'd always sound the same. They were always so carefully scripted in how they talked. I love the people of the great state of Illinois. They know what's best, and I want every business to do well. And I'd start to scream at the TV. So I decided I'm going to go to Congress. I really am scared with where the country's at, and I'm going to I'm going to try an experiment. I'm going to try to just say what I feel. I'm going to see what happens. Because I think a lot of us are sick of Republicans and Democrats who have to have every word they say tested by a poll. For instance, on the side of my RV, it says, it's time, are you ready to grow up? Are you ready to grow up and save the country? You should have seen the looks on the faces of my political guys when I said, I want to use the words grow up. They said, you can't say that to voters. You're going to lose votes. You got to be like Duckworth and Obama and everybody and just give people things. Don't tell people to grow up. And I said, no, that's what we have to do now. It's not just the politicians, guys, that got us in this mess. If you're going to go home tonight and you're going to think those darn politicians, that's only half of it. We have gotten ourselves in this mess. And the only way we're going to turn this around is if we all grow up. If our government pays its bills, if our government saves this thing for Cassie, but if we take the effort to be really educated voters. Be honest with me. How many of you have really paid attention to politics for the last 20 or 30 years? For the last 20 or 30 years, put those hands down. Okay, maybe good. Love you. I got 4 or 5 hands. But be honest, most of us haven't. God love us. We've raised our families. We've grown businesses. God love us. Every 2 or 4 years, an election comes around, and we sort of pay attention, but not really. So, I want to see if a person who's a congressman can talk just like we all feel. No BS. Nothing scripted. This is how I feel. So, but I'll tell you what. But you're right.
I mean, it's a fight out there. You know Tammy's gonna want to talk more.
Here's one thing I know. Tammy's not paying attention to a word I say. Tammy is not paying attention. I take your point. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go right there. You in the cowboy hat.
Let me take you back a short time before Joe.
Hold on. Grab that mic. Grab that mic.
I don't know how good your memory is, but Joe Walsh was elected over Melissa Bean. Melissa Bean did what she was told to do, how she was told to do it. She voted how she was told. Little lady, you sit there and do what I tell you to, or I'll destroy your career. She served 6 years. Check your home values. You're going to be paying her every year for the rest of her life for doing, you know, that's what you get for somebody that doesn't have guts enough to stand up and tell the people what's going on. There's no secret. And I appreciate this man more than anybody in this room.
I've never met him before. I have no idea who that guy is. Somebody escort him out of here. Let's go all the way in the back. Grab that mic.
Hi,
Nice and close.
Congressman Walsh.
Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome.
I just really appreciate so much that you're having this town hall, that you're talking with us. I really appreciate it. I'm Debbie Fisher. I'm from Arlington Heights. And
Welcome.
thank you. I'm independent, so I'm going to try to be general so I don't get tomatoes thrown at me. But I'm a little concerned about pointing fingers and having blame. And I'm wondering if we can find some common ground and not just say Republican or Democrat, but what works. And I'm wondering, I have a question for you is, are you willing and what are you going to do to try to find common ground to find what works?
Thank
That's
you.
basically my question.
Hard to believe, but that's actually my favorite question. Thank you. Thank you. And I get this question a lot. So, bear with me for 1 second, because this is the teacher in me. And I'll tell you, when I'm done with politics, I'm going to go back and teach. Here's the teacher in me. You may disagree. I truly believe this country we all love, Joe Walsh, Tammy Duckworth, all of us loves, is literally, hang on to somebody, hold your neighbor's hands, we are literally right now going through a revolution.
Yes.
Now, I've said that a lot. I've said that for a couple years, and I know Duckworth will probably put this on a commercial. Revolution. Here's what I mean. We're having a debate, an argument, and yes, at times a fight about the very essence of this country. We don't do it much. I can't remember last time we did it. There are two important sides in this debate. Here's what the fight is, okay? I believe this country was founded upon this idea right here. I make $1. That's my money, the fruits of my labor. I get to keep darn near all of that. I'm going to give a little bit to government. Say I give 9 cents to government. I get to keep 91 cents, and I'm free to raise my family, start a business if I want, worship at my church, get involved in my community, help whatever charity I want to help, take care of my parents as they get old, find my own health care. I'm free and responsible for my own life. Now, I'm going to argue till I'm blue in my face that that's the idea this country was founded upon. Now, fast forward 230 some years, we now live under a different America. And you make a great point. It's not just Obama or the Democrats that did this. Republicans and Democrats have taken us to a totally different America. Now, here's their America. Here's the America, folks, we live under right now. That dollar you make, it's not really your money. And I got to tell you something. Most politicians that I work with in Washington, they don't think of it as your money. So it's not really your money. And so they're going to take 60 or 61 cents of it at every government level. And now the America we live under is government will take care of everything. So government will provide your health care. Government will take care of your daycare. Government will help with your student loans. Government will take care of everything. That's the America we live under. It's not workable. It's not right. And I know one thing. There will be no America left for Cassie unless we change it. So, it's a long-winded way of getting back to your question. This is what we're having a fight about. The cool thing is, the interesting thing, this revolution just started. George W. Bush was spending crazy money and bailing people out. And then Obama came in and he did even more. And then all of a sudden America said, wait a minute. And they sent guys like us to Congress. So we're only 3 years into this really good debate about what this country is. So part of my answer is, you got to take a longer view. It's taken us a real long time to get here. It's going to take us a while to sort our way out of it. So one, everybody be patient. But two, I agree with you. Eventually, to get everything done, eventually